Alright, and we're back. It's the NewMutator bringing you the QR3. It is game number 3 between Tcox and the Southern Parkians. Here we have the Southern Parkians. They're going to be led by Chef, Randy Marsh, Just Homer, Butters, Tally, Eric Cartmanez, I believe, Millionaire Slet 33, and wow. What a mouthful. 7 players there, and they're going up against the 8 players of Tcox here. Gamer, Ramirez, Cave, Rosacrucius, I don't know. Flatline, Akira, General X, and Storm Rider. We saw Rosacrucius kind of broke down and took out all of his units at the end of game number 2. This is game 3, and it is going to be a flag rally again. Alright, and Just Homer, why did Grim pick 3 maps in a row with same units? I don't know. Yeah, I think maybe he didn't test it out. Maybe he did it mathematically. I think he was doing it mathematically. He had some kind of he had some kind of reasoning for doing that, I'm sure. I just don't know what it was. So let's look at these trades if there are no objections. So we have here, this is the Southern Parkians, and wow, look at this. They are taking a bunch of Bray Unor, which is pretty cool. I think that is a great idea actually on a map such as this, because the Bray Unor are so mobile and able to run around and throw boomerangs made out of bones and stuff like that. They are just so well suited for harassment on this map. Although the one thing about them is that you can't just throw them away. They are so weak. Look at those low health bars. Compare that with like a warlock or something. You know, it's not a whole lot. I guess you can't really tell that it's not a whole lot until you see them die in the midst of a huge melee battle, because their health just escapes them very quickly. They're really fast and nimble, but by not wearing a lot of armor, they're just not all that tough, you know? They get taken out real easy. But I think on a map such as this, Flag Rally, they may be super useful. So we'll see if this works out for the Southern Parkian squad. I think that's a pretty good choice. Here we have Tcox doing, this is probably a more traditional, more conventional trade for a map such as this. Here we have a ton of Myrmidons and a bunch of archers and what have you. And you know, you have the same thing here for the Southern Parkians, but so many, they maxed out that Bray. So very interesting. That's going to make their force a lot lighter on their feet. So Chef gave Bray and Warlocks to various people on his team, and they're supposed to run and tag flags as fast as possible. And then the people with Warlock and Mortar Dwarves are, I guess it looks like they are gonna go to the flanks and maybe engage with the main Tcox force when they find them. And over here, I guess this is a great place to be. Somebody marked this on the map, and the reason why is because it's the highest place there is in this area.
Captured.
So
Captured.
in a game like Myth, it's essential that you seek out the high ground, especially if it is up to you to determine where the engagement will happen. You want to be on the high ground because your ranged units will shoot further, and it's just better all around. Your units will perform better facing downhill. So it looks like Tcox are mainly, looks like they have a pretty large force headed north, and they're going to go north, try to tag flag number 3, and then move east in an easterly direction. But Southern Parkians are so fast with their Bray and their Myrmidons that they may just get there sooner. And finally, we have both teams kind of seeing each other for the first time.
Flag captured.
Now I have to point out, I do not think that the Southern Parthians got archers at all, and it doesn't look that way. And here we have Cave. They took a joke trade. Super embarrassing to lose now. Bray, Unor have been underplayed a lot, but here they're showing why they may be good to use. But that Warlock is going to do a little bit of damage. However, they're going to throw a bunch of those bones down. This is a great place for these Bray to be. And nice shot there. Sacrificing that maul to keep that high ground position. Now archers will outrange Bray Unor, and they will take him out pretty easily. And not quite a block shot there, and that Mortar Dwarf will go down. So Southern Parthians able to make this work here in the south, this Bray composition. So taking Bray instead of archers, it looks like it's working so far for the Southern Parthians. They are up 98 to 91% so far. So getting Bray Unor means you will not get run down by mauls. It means you can kite them because you're faster. It means that if you got into a ranged battle, you would probably lose. However, if you were being chased by melee, you might be able to come out on top. And as long as you retain the high ground, you're in a pretty good position. So here we have the Bray trying to take out these archers here, and so far doing a good job of dodging. You have to remember that archers also don't have very much health. So far so good. These Bray will not get run down by those mauls there, and these mauls are going to be able to protect them. Now if these Bray were archers, those mauls would be able to catch up with them and take them out. And we see the Bray Unor slipping by those mauls there, and oh, it looks like they're going to be taken out though and chasing that Mortar Dwarf. So a valiant effort, but in the end it doesn't work. So 93 to 84%. That did, however, allow the Southern Parthians to kind of push their way back up here, and those archers are going to be in trouble here, possibly, although not really. But Southern Parthians are going to be able to push back up here, it seems. Some nice dodging there by Chef. And what he wants is his mauls here to run in and take out these archers, rendering them useless. It's 90 to 73% and falling. So actually, all of Tcox's melee got cleaned up there, and these archers are useless now. Just trying to run away, but there's nowhere to run. They're going to get cut down here by Randy Marsh's and Homer's mauls here. So very interesting. We saw Cave saying, "Oh, they took a joke trade. They took Bray Unor," and now I'm not sure if he feels any regret for saying that at all or not. 85 to 56%. It's looking worse and worse for the Tcox. And Millionaire Slut's gonna run in and try to snipe this Warlock. That was a control click, so it didn't kill him in one shot.
5 minutes remaining.
That Warlock gets sniped there, so these Bray are actually working out pretty well for the Southern Parthians. Being able to move fast, I think, and engage directly in melee, even if they're not that effective, I think is, I think Bray Unor definitely do have their place. And something's happening somewhere that I didn't catch, because it is 71 to 38%. And Just Homer is really upset over something. And Flatline is saying, man, I'm killing a bunch of stuff, but I'm losing at the same time. Like, how is that possible? And Storm Rider is trying to hold on to this flag here. It's flag number 2, but not able to block there. That Mortar Dwarf is a goner. And a couple of units there do get taken out by this Warlock here. Flatline able to snipe right there.
Flag captured.
And there we have Cartmanez able to hurt Flatline a little bit. Or Randy Marsh. Flatline is hunting down Randy Marsh here. And he is able to take out that Mortar Dwarf. It is 41 to 11%. General X saying these were not good games. Very sportsman of him. Sportsman-like.
Flag captured. Victory.
Yes, Bray Unor are very unstandard. You hardly ever see them utilized. I can't stress enough just how unusual they are to see, especially in a competitive context. So it's victory imminent for the Southern Parthians. Tcox, I don't think they have enough to tag any flags. They do have a few units up here, kind of in the mid area, but Southern Parthians are going to make a beeline here for flag number 1, and they're going to take it in just a few moments. So I don't know, it's pretty cool to see the Bray Unor able to be used effectively, because they're just kind of by default never used.
Flag captured.
Alright, so looking at these numbers here, this was game number 3 so far. Southern Parthians, I think, have taken all 3 of these games, so they've basically won. Southern Parthians have won this match so far, 3 games to 0. There are 2 games remaining, but looking at these numbers, for Tcox, it looks like Flatline actually did really well. He's like, hey, why? We saw earlier, he said, I'm killing all these units. How is it that we're losing? 13 kills, 4 losses, 112 damage. Akira also getting 100 damage. That's also very good. But the rest of his team just got steamrolled. Storm Rider, 17 losses. That hurt a lot. Rosicrucius, 5 losses. It doesn't look like he was able to do anything at all that game. And for the Southern Parthian squad, Randy Marsh, 18 kills, 5 losses, 115 damage. Millionaire Sled, 131 damage. You know, look at Butters, 13 kills and 1 loss. So obviously, Southern Parthians outplaying Tcox in this game, even though they had a quote joke trade unquote. So that's very interesting to see. We're gonna go ahead and move into game number 4 and see if the Tcox are able to pull a game out in just a moment.